Look, friend, I have to be 100% transparent with you. This morning, self-doubt woke me up screaming. Like, I felt the weight of imposter syndrome sit on my chest as soon as I woke up this morning. I am building the Glow Forward retreat. I'm building my coaching practice. I'm building an online community through my podcast and all the things that I'm doing on YouTube. And it's not easy. It's a lot of new things for me. And imposter syndrome tried to tell me that I wasn't ready. It tried to tell me that I needed to hide and that I am unworthy of what I am aspiring to do. But I had to practice what I preach to you. I had to pause, shift, and pivot so that I can continue to show up. Today's video is not theory. It is about the practice of showing up when you feel like a fraud, because it is time to pivot from hesitation to visibility. Let's get into it. Like I said, I practiced my own framework today. I woke up with all of these heavy feelings, and instead of reaching for my phone and distracting myself and scrolling on social media, I paused and I just sat with what was coming up. I sat with the weight of the imposter syndrome. I sat with the doubt that I was feeling. I sat with all of the fear that came up. And what I heard is, who am I to do this? And it reminded me of the many times that self-doubt has crept in and questioned my self-worth. And I had to remind myself of a few things. One, I am not the same person feeling doubt that I was before. So I have tools that I can access that I can use to shift my mindset and shift my emotions into a place that I really want them to be. So I got up and I got in the shower, because that's step one, feeling renewed in the body, right? And then I reached for my affirmation deck and pulled a card that reminded me who I am. I looked in the mirror and I practiced mirror work. I told myself my truths. I repeated things to myself like, you are worthy. I am worthy. I am enough. I can do this. I was born for this. I am qualified to make this happen. I love mirror work because staring into the mirror, I am not looking at myself. I'm looking at my spirit. I'm looking at my soul. I'm looking at the depths of my being, and I'm reminding myself of who I am. I was also listening to Ayanla's book, her audiobook, and something came to me. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Again, a reminder that I am worthy because I am chosen by God to facilitate and orchestrate the things that I'm doing. After I shifted my mindset and some of the energy, I pivoted. I didn't wait to feel perfect. What I did, I recorded a video. I recorded a 2-minute video. I posted it to my social media. I posted it in my stories, and I just showed people that it's not a bad thing to be vulnerable. It is a part of the process to share what it is that you're going through. And I never want people to look at my content and be confused and think that because I'm a confident person, I don't go through tough things and I don't have doubts and fears. That's not true. When I sat with it and I made this video, I shared a caption that felt true to me, and I put it out there because waiting for perfection, I would never show up. And I choose to be seen because rather than hiding my process, I want people to revel in the truth that perfectionism is not what makes us great. It is our vulnerability and our ability to push ourselves through tough times that makes us confident and makes us sure and grows our belief in ourselves. I also sat with my ancestors. I have an ancestor altar in my home. My husband and I sat together, and as soon as I started speaking about what I was feeling, the tears started flowing. And at the end of my session at my altar, I felt so much better about just laying my burdens out there and sharing my truth and being exposed to my person, my husband, right? And it just made it feel less heavy. I want to share with you why first time pivots often feel like imposter syndrome. When it's your first time doing something that you've never done before, it is going to feel like you are not the person that can do it. I was the first to go to college, and that felt like, whoa, it was so big to get there and see all these people. I almost instantly felt unworthy. I was like, what am I doing here? Like, this is not for me. I can't do this. No one in my family has done this. So what makes me qualified to do it? And from that experience and many other experiences, what I recognize is that when you're doing something that you've never done before, there are going to be feelings that come up that you are not sure how to navigate. And imposter syndrome is the feeling that pops up and says, so you don't know what you're doing. You can't do this. Look at all the other people who have done this. You're not them. And the only thing that quells imposter syndrome is doing it. Every time you feel like you are not qualified and you don't have it, you have to remind yourself that you do. You have to affirm for yourself that you got this. Yeah, this may be your first time, but it ain't gonna be the last time. And once you prove to yourself that you could do it once, man, you're gonna keep going. You're gonna have that belief. You are gonna have evidence and examples that you got this. And the next time you do something for the first time, you might feel imposter syndrome again, but you will have more tools in order for you to move forward. Let's talk about the mirror work that I did, because speaking life into yourself when you feel like a lie is top tier light work. There is something to be said about looking into the mirror, into your own eyes. There is a thing that happens when you look at yourself beyond the face, and look into your eyes. You know the saying that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I fully, wholeheartedly believe that. So when you are feeling less than, when you are feeling doubtful, you can easily look into the mirror and speak to yourself through the noise and get to the center of your being, to your core. And it will activate within you more confidence. It will activate within you more belief and more faith that you actually can do this. Mirror work is an opportunity for you to look deeply into your own eyes, to look into your spirit and convince yourself that this is it, that you are it, that you can do it, even when you feel like it's a lie. It comes with practice though, so you can't do it once and think it's good forever. It is a practice. Another thing is accountability, like posting that video online, sharing my struggles with my husband. These are tools that I use to hold myself accountable. So when people see my successes, what they're also remembering is what I shared along the way. That it wasn't perfect, but it was possible. Posting videos online, sharing this in a daily journey helps me to keep my head on straight. And it also helps me to build community, because I want people to see that, yeah, there are people like you out there. There are people like me out there who struggle with things. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I want to be real. I want to be vulnerable. I want people to feel my heart. I want to show up in the most authentic ways, because feeling like it's only you out there, feeling like you're by yourself is so tough. And I hate that feeling. I hate it for myself and I hate it for anybody else. Sorry. So I share this to say that accountability is the thing that helps me to, one, hold myself steady. And it helps me to share in this human experience with everyone. Sorry, I didn't mean to cry. Yeah. I promise you, friend, this is me. This is me on my high day and my low day. When I feel like I can do it and when I feel like I can't. And I know that I will, once I have a goal, I go after it. But it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy convincing yourself to do things that you've never done before. It doesn't get any easier. I've done a lot of amazing things in my life and I still struggle. I still have to remind myself of who I am and what I've done and where I've been. And I have to remind myself that I'm called to do this work. And just being called to do something qualifies me as worthy of getting it done. Whew. All right. Sorry, I don't have any tissues nearby, so I'm going to keep wiping my eyes. But, yeah. The next thing is, I kind of talked about this visibility as a service. It's important for me to show my struggles and to show people that this is the real deal. This is the behind the scenes in front of your face. It's important for me to share because people need to see the unpolished version. People need to see the unpolished truth. What happens when you don't think that you can? What do you do when the doubt creeps in? What happens when your faith is wavering? What does that feel like? What does that look like? What do you do next? This is it. This is what I do every single time. I'll get better at it. I get more practice hours in, but I don't think it gets any easier. So when I share these videos, my day 17, my short, my reel on Instagram, when I share these things, it just helps me to provide examples to people of others doing these things that they think are impossible to do. I want you to see, not just hear or read, but to see me go through it because you deserve to see the unpolished, behind the scenes, raw, gritty truth of what it looks like to do something you've never done before, to be someone you've never been before, and to get something you've never gotten before. But when you've got it in you, when you have it on your spirit, you gotta keep showing up. You've gotta be visible. Through the lies, through the imposter syndrome, through the hesitation, you gotta keep showing up. Here's a reflection question for you today. Where is your fear of being unqualified stopping you from being visible? Where are you feeling like you don't have the skills, the certifications, you don't have the qualifications, but you have the experience and you have it on you, you have it in you? Where do you feel like you are unqualified? Where do you feel like you have a fear, because you're not unqualified? Where do you feel like you have a fear of being unqualified and it's stopping you from being visible? Write that down. Answer it truthfully. These reflection questions are tools to help you grow your self-awareness, because that is the first step to healing any and everything, is becoming more self-aware. I also want to leave you with some homework today, of course. I want you to record a 60-second video of you speaking your truth. Now, you don't have to post the video. I just want you to record it. I want you to look at yourself and see yourself and hear yourself. And I just want you to practice being seen by you. It is such a beautiful thing to see yourself in a different way. And I want to encourage you to try it today. If you felt connected to this video, if you felt connected to my story, I would love to offer my coaching services to you. As you can see, I have experience in this area. I've done this many, many times. I've worked through it every single time, and I would love to have a one-on-one strategy session to offer more support to you so that you can finally release the chains of self-doubt and get yourself to being visible. And it doesn't have to be for the world, just visible for you. Click the link in the description to check out my coaching services to see if it aligns with what you need. And if you are wanting to do this in person, my Glow Forward retreat is happening in July in Thailand. I am afraid and excited to facilitate such a magical experience for people. It's also in the description of this video. I am so grateful that you stayed through this to hear all that I've shared today. I feel a little crazy, but it's cool because this is what it is. I can't wait to continue this journey with you. I'll see you tomorrow for day 18. Peace.